Hello children, again a very warm welcome in our revision session. In the last session, we have done revision of chapter number 12, that is exponents and powers. So let us begin with our today's session children. Before we start, once again I am sharing the paper pattern. The paper will be of 40 marks, time duration will be of 2 hours and type of questions will be MCQ of 1 mark, filling the blanks, true or false, diagram based questions, solve the following and choose the correct option, which will be of 2 marks each, and then box type or dash type questions. So these were the types of questions which we have already discussed in our last session. Now portion for this first semester is chapter number 3, understanding quadrilaterals, chapter number 6, square and square roots, chapter number 7, cubes and cube roots, chapter number 12, exponents and powers. Among this, chapter number 12, exponents and powers, we have seen what type of questions can come children, and few part of that is exercise I think 12.2 is deleted, right? So there is only one exercise. Study well children. All right, so let us move ahead. Today we will start the revision of chapter number 3, that is understanding quadrilaterals. So few important points which you should know from this chapter is polygons. What is polygons? What are types of polygons, convex polygons, concave polygons, and everything, right? Next, you should know the angle sum property. What is the formula for that? Then what are the sums based on this angle sum property, right? Next is sum of measure of exterior angles of polygon. What is the sum of that? Then sums based on that, okay? Especially the diagrams will be given and you have to find the missing angles, okay? Finding the unknown angles in the given figure, which is very, very important again. Parallelograms, properties and sums based on it. Again, different types of parallelograms, all right? And then some other polygons like trapezium and all. Everything in this chapter is very, very important children. One more thing, let me tell you, no part is deleted, okay? All the exercises are important. Go through all the sums from the textbook as well as the solved examples. So let us begin. This angle sum property we have already seen. It is S is equal to n minus 2 in bracket multiplied by 180 degrees, where n is number of sides. In regular polygon, exterior angle is equal to 360 degree upon n. This is also very important formulas we have already studied. Now let us see what type of questions can come. Choose the correct option from the given alternatives. The first one is a simple closed curve made up of only dash is called a polygon. Now first option is curves. No, that is wrong option. We know polygons are made up of only line segments. So second option, that is line segments, I know it is correct. So you will be choosing the second option. Now be very careful, read all the options children and then only choose the correct option. Now C option was lines, which is again wrong. D is closed curves, which is again wrong. Second one, polygons that have no portions of their diagonals in their exterior are called. So this again is very important to understand the concave polygons, the convex polygons, okay? So we know that polygons that have no portion of their diagonals in their exterior is convex. So you will tick mark to the correct answer. Third one is sum of all interior angles of a polygon with n sides is given by. Now I know that is. Now here you can see these both options are similar. Only the difference is of the bracket, and I know this A option is the correct option, that is n minus 2 in bracket multiplied by 180 degrees. So this is very important. Read the question thoroughly, think about it, okay? No need to hurry up. and select the correct option from the given alternatives. I hope this is clear. In spite of like this, there may be sums also given which you have to actually solve and then choose the correct option. Now look at this, the next one. Which of the following polygon is convex polygon? Now we know that convex polygon is a polygon whose no diagonal is outside the figure. So here you can see, children, this is first option is not at all a polygon. Second option, again, if you see, if I draw the diagonals, it will be coming outside of the figure. And third one, if you see, if I draw all the diagonals here, it will be remaining inside the figure. So I will choose the third option, that is the convex polygon. Next one is the value of x in the following figure is. Now look at the figure carefully, children. How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sided figure. It's a pentagon. But you see, if you see carefully to the figure, there are some markings given over here which tells us that all the sides are equal, right? And I know that if all the sides are equal, then all angles are also equal. And we have to find one of the angle from the given figure. If I know the sum of angles, it will be very easy for me to find the each angle. So let us first find the sum of angles of the given polygon, that is convex polygon. Now I know the formula, that is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees, right? N is number of sides and here 5. Number of sides in the given figure is 5. 5 minus 2 in the bracket multiplied by 180 degrees. Now 5 minus 2 will be 3 into 180 degree, which is nothing but equal to 540 degree. Now I know the sum of all the angles in the given figure is 540 degrees. Now next what I am going to do is 540, that is total, that is sum of the angles, divided by the number of angles, that is divided by 5. So this will be equal to 108 degree. So now I know that each angle of given figure, as they are all are equal, it is 108 degree. So I will choose my C option, which is 108 degree. Now I think it is clear. So in the objective, directly you may be asked few sums which you can, looking at that only you can decide the answer, and few may be of solving also. So you have to first solve in the rough book and then choose the option. So children, before the exam begins, be ready with a pen and a book where you can solve and then find out the correct answer. Let us proceed. This is very important, diagram based questions. So what type of questions can come and how you have to do, let us see today. Now this is the first one, children. Find the angle measure x in the following figure. So and the options will be given. So you have to first solve in your rough book and then find the option, that is the answer, and then tick the correct answer from the given options. So now let us see how to solve it. Find the angle measure in x in the following figure. Now here is your x. Alright. Now here the C, angle C is given 70 degree. Here angle D is given 60 degree. Here you can see the exterior angle is given 90 degree. And this is the x angle, right? Now we know if this is a straight line, alright, the exterior angle and the relative interior angle forms, the sum forms 180 degree, right? Supplementary angles. So what I'm going to do is angle 1 plus 90 degree is equal to 1. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to 90 degree. 180 minus 90 will be 90. So I got my first angle, that is angle 1 here, 90 degree. Yes, we have given that angle as angle 1. You can give anything, angle A or angle Y, angle BAD, any name, children, right? So now I know the property of a quadrilateral, that sum of the interior angles is equal to 360 degree. So now I can write here 70 degree plus 60 degree plus 90 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree, right? Now adding this, that is 70 degree plus 60 degree plus 90 degree, I will get 220 degree, right? Then I will subtract this 220 from 360, that is 360 degree, that is sum of the angles of a quadrilateral, minus this 1, 2, 3, sum of these three angles is 220 degree. So 360 degree minus 220 degree will be equal to 140 degree. So now once I got the answer, so I will choose the correct option from the given alternatives, that is 140 degree. Hence angle X is equal to 140 degree. I hope this is clear, children. So you have to first solve in the rough and then find the answer and select the correct option. Let us proceed. Find the measure of angle P and angle S if segment SP is parallel to segment RQ. Now if you see, this is not a parallelogram, right? This is a type of trapezium. But it is given that these sides, that is SP and RQ, are parallel. Now we have already studied last year, children, properties of pair of angles formed by the transversal. So that properties we can use here. So if I consider that SP and RQ are two parallel lines and PQ is a transversal, right? Or you can say SR is the transversal. Anyone you can in the starting. So now suppose if I take SP and RQ as two parallel lines and SR as transversal, I know angle R, angle S are supplementary angles, right? They form a supplementary pair of angles. So what I'll write is angle R plus angle S is equal to 180 degree. Now angle R, I know it is 90 degree plus angle S is equal to 180 degree. So angle S will be equal to 180 degree minus 90 degree, right? Now 180 degree minus 90 degree, I know it is 90 degree. So hence I got my first angle, that is S is equal to 90 degree, right? Now children, S is equal to 90 degree. Now remaining is angle P. Now there are many ways to find this angle P. Either you use the property of quadrilateral, that is angle sum property, and sum of angles of the quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Three angles you have over here. So as sum of that you subtract from 360, you will get angle P. Or either use again the transversal, that is angle pair of angles, that is angle Q and angle P form a supplementary pair of angles, and from 180 degree, that is I'll subtract from 180 degree minus 130 degree, since angle P and angle Q form a supplementary pair of angle if we consider PQ as a transversal. So 180 degree minus 130 degree will be equal to, that is 50 degree, right? So now angle P is 50 degree and angle S is 90 degree. So hence I can see the options angle P is 50 degree and angle S is 90 degree as the option A. Hence I will select the option A from the given options. So this is how you are going to solve and choose the correct option. I hope this is clear, children. Let us proceed with the next one. Yeah. In a given parallelogram GUNS, find the value of X and Y. Now children, properties of parallelogram are very important to understand. We know in parallelogram that opposite sides are equal. So now using that property, we can find the values of X and Y. So what I can do is SN, that is segment SN, is equal to segment GU since opposite sides are equal in parallelogram. So I will equate both the values. Alright, that is I can write 3y minus 1 is equal to 26 since both the sides are equal. Now I will transpose this to right hand side. The minus 1 will become plus 1. So it will be 3y is equal to 26 plus 1, 27. Next one is 3. I will transpose it to the right hand side. It will be y is equal to 27 upon 3. That is y is equal to 9. I hope this is clear. So we got our one value, that is y is equal to 9. Now similarly, finding the other value, that is side SG is equal to side NU. So equating both the sides, we get 3x is equal to 18. Right? So x will be equal to, transposing 3 to the other side, it will be 18 divided by 3. That is x is equals to 6. Right? So we got our both the values, that is x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 9. So let us see where is the option. I can see option number C, that is x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 9. So you will select this option, that is option number C. Okay, so I hope this is clear, children. What type of questions can come? All the properties, it is very necessary to understand. Okay, not only these properties but angle sum properties of a triangle, of a quadrilateral, okay, of a polygon, everything you should know. So that's it, children. For today we will stop over here. In the next revision class, we will do the revision of squares and square roots and cube roots. Thank you.